Hello, Fahad, and hello, everyone. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes, we can.
We can.
Yes, we can.
Great, great. We can start the session.
First of all, thank you so much for making it. I know it's a different time zone there, but still you guys manage it. Thank you so much every time you guys do it. Also, it's good to see that now we have hybrid conference here this year, so we have in-person attendees as well as virtual. So unfortunately, I don't have the webcam to show you the in-person people right now, but you can imagine that people are sitting there and more coming, inshallah.
Just say hi to everyone.
Yep.
Whoever is in the room.
Hi, everyone.
Hey, everyone. So it is Khalid here. I seem to be having some challenges with my camera, so I'm probably going to keep that off for this call. Thanks.
No problem, Khalid. No problem. So I think we can start with the introductions. Fahad, if you can start with your introduction, and then Khalid, and then Kelvin.
Sure. Hello, everyone. My name is Fahad. I'm currently working as a senior manager with Accenture Australia, and I passed my CT exam in 2019. So it's been 4 years. Nice to meet everyone. Over to you, Khalid.
Thanks a lot, Fahad. Okay, guys. Thanks for having us, Hamza and the Pakistan Dreaming team. Okay, my name is Khalid Mohammad. I've been with Salesforce for about 9 years. I've been in the technology ecosystem for more than 25 years. And about 20 years has been with the CRM. So before my 9 years with Salesforce, I was doing about 14, 15 years of Siebel implementation. I am a CTA, and I've been a CTA for about 7 years now. And I've had the privilege to coach and help a lot of people through this journey within the ANZ region. I'm based out of Sydney, Australia. Thanks, Fahad.
Thanks, Khalid, and good morning to everyone at Pakistan Dreaming. So thanks once again for having me here. I think it's my third year going. So I'm Calvin Noronha. I also work at Salesforce alongside Khalid. I'm a senior program architect and a CTA. I have close to 5.5 years of experience here at Salesforce and roughly 15 years of experience overall. And out of those, I guess 8 years have been in the Salesforce ecosystem. I also have been coaching a few candidates here at Salesforce, and also I'm the co-lead of the ANZ CTA team as well. So really, as I said, it's awesome to be back, and really look forward to this session. Thank you all.
Thank you so much for your introductions and a brief journey of your career. So I want to start with the question. So what inspired you to pursue the CTA path? I think, Fahad, if you can start with this question.
I think for me, it was a natural transition. I started working on Salesforce for about 13 years as a junior developer, then a developer, and then once you sort of reach to that tech lead space, you wanted to get into more challenging problems. I was working as an architect for a couple of years, and it seems like a natural progression that I wanted to make sure that my skills get recognized. That certification holds a lot of value, both for Salesforce and for the partners as well. And is the reason why I sort of pursued that. So that was my aspirations.
Thank you, Fahad. Calvin or Khalid, if you can start, like, what inspires you to becoming a CTA?
Kelvin, you go first, and I'll go last.
Sure. Yeah. I think, many elements which Fahad explained, I guess. And I guess for me, in addition to that, also I felt that the journey to CTA, I felt that it was a nice challenge for me. And also it gave me the ability to kind of understand the depth and breadth of not only Salesforce, but also a few topics, in the realm of around Salesforce, like enterprise architecture topics. I felt that this actually afforded me the opportunity to explore some of them, and things such as, for example, IDAM or even security. I was able to uncover new dimensions, and so I think that led me on this journey. Thanks.
Thank you, Kelvin.
Okay, so Hamza, that's a very, very long question, but I'll try to summarize it as much as possible. So I think my journey has been a bit different from other people. I did not have the background of multiple years with Salesforce when I gave my CTA exam. I was only about 16 months into Salesforce as a technology and Salesforce as a career when I actually started for the CT exam. And I think one of the driving factors there was, well, firstly, it was my boss. He was very persuasive and he was very convincing that he wanted me to actually go into it. But I think the second thing which was there is that have been being into global technology implementation, architecture, enterprise architecture, solutioning for over 1.5 decades at that point of time, you have most of the necessary skills which we expect from a CTO. And that actually so it was a natural progression towards going to that program. But of course, this program actually has made all of us, I think all of us on this call, better architects in terms of our delivery, in terms of our experiences, in terms of our knowledge of the Salesforce platform. So I guess the biggest point among all of those things was basically my command over the Salesforce platform. I mean, when I came over from Siebel, I had been Siebel for a long time, right? So one of my benefits or advantages was that I was a very hardcore technical architect on the Siebel platform. But when I came to Salesforce, there was a gap. So I wanted to cover that up as soon as possible by learning as much as I can. And that's why I actually went towards this program to actually learn and be able to apply that with my career. Thanks.
Thank you, Khalid. My next question would be, and everyone is wondering about is, like during your journey in becoming CTA, what are the biggest hurdles that you faced that gets you like maybe less motivated and that made you like, why I'm doing the CTA path? Any hurdles that basically change your mind or that create problems for you during the journey?
Yeah, let me go first, guys. Okay, so every day you are in denial. And the reality is that this is a hard certification, right? But it's a very rewarding certification as well. I mean, you are, especially when I started this certification, when I started this journey, I mean, Salesforce has it's because I was working with Salesforce, so we have a very refined program to help people along the way. And in that program, I mean, there's a lot of exposure to Salesforce products, technologies, use cases, business cases, technology use cases, and what that enabled me is that there was a lot of learning, right? And every day was a new day. Every week was a new area that you were uncovering for the first time. So for me, who had about experience coming and going into this journey, become a CTA, I think every week was a new learning path in terms of technology, in terms of standards, in terms of how to do things the Salesforce way. So I mean, every day was new, every day was learning, and there's a lot of consumption of knowledge as you go beyond, and there's a lot of let's say refactoring your knowledge. So as a developer and as a senior developer or as a designer, you learn or you apply a few things, and then you learn how to do it, or you start thinking like an architect on this journey, and then you look at those business problems or the technology problems very differently. And by differently is meaning that you think about scalability, reliability, operationability, right? Plausibility, possibility. All of those abilities come into your mind when you're designing or thinking or deciding on solutions. And that actually changes your thought process. So of course, that's a change within yourself as a professional. And of course, that actually helps you become that extremely well or well-groomed architect. Thanks. That's me.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Anyone can go.
Yeah, I'll quickly go ahead. I think, yeah, a lot of elements of what Khalid mentioned. I guess for me, one of the hurdles, I think two main hurdles I would say is, first of all, the time, just finding that work-life balance and also being able to spend and give the time to the CTA that it deserves. Because as Khalid mentioned, it is a tough journey, tough exam. There's a lot of rewards along the way, but you need to put a lot of effort as well. And it's always a cyclic process. Like you put effort, there are ways in which you then go and try to do a mock exam, for example, get feedback, and then there's the phase where you need to apply the feedback back into a preparation. I guess that was one challenge, and the second challenge obviously is you do have some of the imposter syndrome. So sometimes you do have a lot of self-doubt that comes in, and I guess all of us, right, each one of us, I think we are our biggest critics at times. And so sometimes when you look at, the mountain of the hurdles front of you, you maybe sometimes there is a lot of self-doubt that come in saying that maybe, is this for me? Should I even be on this path, right? So you need to somehow stay positive, overcome those, and still continue on this path. I think I would say these were the two main hurdles for me. Thanks.
Thanks, Kelvin and Khalid. I think for me, I think Khalid and Kelvin both have summarized it really well. I think pretty much the same thing. Work-life balance. You require family time to be able to study for the certification. It's very long certification in terms of your preparation. It pretty much covers breadth and depth all the Salesforce areas. So being able to find time to study, cover those gaps, attempt mock exam. Now, since I started studying, I think the duration of you required to solve the hypothetical scenario have also gone from, I think it was previously 45 minutes to now to 3 hours. So every mock can literally take half a day of your work, your work day, which means you possibly have to cover for that as well. So I think those were the main challenges. And yeah, along the way, you really think that, are you really cut out to be a CTA? Should you continue in that journey? Would you ever be able to achieve that? So those were pretty much the main hurdle. And you have to stay positive, as Kelvin said, stay positive, continue to sort of refine, cover your knowledge gaps, keep on trying, and eventually you'll get there.
Thank you. My next question would be, so definitely becoming a CTA, it's not a month job. Like, you cannot do that in a month. It's years, and your experience that basically helps you in becoming a CTA. So what were your strategies to basically learn all of those things that needs a CTA to pass the CTA exam? So what were your strategies? How did you manage that? And how much time it took to basically becoming a CTA?
I can start first. Well, maybe Khalid,
Go ahead.
that's fine. You go.
Okay. Okay, so that's a very good question, but I think the biggest thing is that journey is different for everybody. I've never I've had the privilege to sit on both sides of the table, first as a candidate and then as a judge on this journey. I've had the opportunity and the privilege to actually coach a lot of people through this journey, either as a coach or as a judge in their mock scenarios, and helping them and motivating them. And I think one thing that I can tell you is that the journey is very different for each and every one. Each and every one of us starts a journey on a different point in their professional life, right? And I think one of the biggest things that all of us need to realize is that, and I think my ex-boss really summarized it really well. One of my old bosses, and he said that if you are a good architect, you will clear this exam, right? And this journey is basically to make you a better architect. Right? It doesn't matter where on the scale of your architectural skills you start this journey, you will come out of there at the end a better architect, a better professional, and a better person who's able to solve problems on the Salesforce platform. So basically, all of those things actually combine towards the outcome, right? And irrespective of whatever that outcome is at the end of this journey, you will be a better person. Now, people coming into this are starting from different threads, right? Some have different skills. For example, I had a lot of pre-Salesforce skills, architecture skills, design skills, enterprise skills, but not a lot of Salesforce skills. So my journey was focusing on the technology part of Salesforce. For other people, it's different. So I think you can't really put a finger on it, but I think one thing is constant, and that is the learning and the commitment towards actually becoming a better architect in this journey. Thanks. Over to you, Fahad.
Thanks, Khalid. Though, as Khalid said, every journey is different. It also depends upon your experiences, what type of problems, what type of projects you have worked on. For me, there were definitely certain areas where I never got the chance or exposure to work on the project, and those were the learning gaps that I have to close and work more to be able to do that. Others might have those experiences already, so they may not have to spend that time. So it depends upon what your experiences are, what type of projects you have worked on, and accordingly you have to form your own path, define your own learnings, define your gaps and how you're going to close them to be able to pass the exam. Over to you, Kelvin.
Yeah, thank you, Fahad. So I think, along the lines of Khalid and Fahad, I think, so I think the journey for me personally began the day I started learning Salesforce. So I think the end state, and I think I'm still on that journey, was a summation of all the experiences and learnings that I had along the way. And I think it was a bit of inverse of what Khalid said. Like I had some Salesforce experience, but what happens sometimes there is
Calvin, we lost you. Calvin, we lost you. We cannot hear you.
I can't hear Kelvin either.
Calvin, can you hear us? You are on mute. Can you hear us now?
I think we lost you for a second.
Yes, we can hear you, Kelvin.
So if you can again briefly answer your question to the answer.
Sorry, did you guys lose me?
Yes.
Okay, sorry about that. Is the network on? Yeah. So I was saying, I think the main points were, even though I did know Salesforce as I began my journey, I felt that there were a few blind spot areas that I had. For example, you think you know a certain topic well, but it ended up that I didn't know at the level at which the CTA required me to know those topics. So I had to kind of go back and relearn those as well. And then obviously, you need to differentiate between what you know and what you don't know, and then prioritize that. And I guess as I did my journey with the coach, and even Khalid was part of that process, the feedback that kept coming, it kind of helped me to prioritize what are the areas to kind of learn. So I guess if I had to summarize my journey, it started on the day I learned Salesforce, and I guess the end state in which I'm still going on that journey was basically a summation of all those learnings and experiences along the way. Because I remember on the exam, I had to kind of lean in on so many things that I had learned on some random days and random years in my past career. So yeah, so that was my experience.
Thank you, Kelvin. My last question is, how has becoming CTA impacted your career, and what opportunities has opened up for you? Fahad, if you can start.
Yep, sure. I can start. I think once you pass this exam, it definitely gives you an instant recognition among your colleagues and also within the Salesforce community as well. Within your own organization, it definitely help you elevate your career, get better opportunities working on more complex problems and projects, which of course leads to more career opportunities in future as well. I think that's pretty much it. And I'm pretty sure there will be some financial element to achieving CTS as well. But keeping those aside, I think there are definitely better career opportunities, better projects, and sort of getting an instant recognition with your clients and colleagues. This is what I would say.
Okay, so I'll just add to that. So all of those things that Fahad said is true, but I think the first thing that he said is a lot of value. So that recognition and that acceptance that you are the cream, that you are the person sitting on top of the mountain, that you have been able to solve Salesforce most complex challenges, and you have done it with a lot of confidence. Right, and having other people which do this on a continuous basis vouch for it. So this certification is a badge that there are people who are extremely knowledgeable and extremely accredited on the Salesforce platform and the Salesforce technology. They have vouched that you have those skills which they expect with some of which expect from the best of the Salesforce architectural skills. So that's the recognition here, right? So of course, so that means that people come to you for advice, and that opens up that opens up your conversations in terms of a very positive outlook towards your advice, towards your words, towards your communication back to customers, your partners, your teams. But also the career prospects that it opens up is that because it's respected a lot within the ecosystem, right? People are always on the look for people which have the skills, right? Because they want to learn from it, they want to grow from it, they want to adapt those skills and those processes and that thinking within the organization. So of course, so the recognition, let's say a much more smoother transition towards different careers and much more smoother transition towards different organizations happens.
Yep, and I
Thank you,
think
Khalid.
in addition to I think what fine points by Khalid and Fahad, I think for myself, once I passed the CTA, obviously I think you can put other things into perspective, other achievements into perspective. It's like you do get a level of confidence, not overconfidence, but a level of confidence saying, if I can do this, then maybe I can achieve other stuff. Personally, for me, for example, I looked at the B2C solution architect and the B2B solution architect exams. A lot of them cover data integrations and stuff. So I felt the CTA, I was able to master all those concepts. All of that became easy. So all that remained was just the gaps of understanding some of the key concepts of B2B commerce or marketing cloud, for example. And I was able to easily achieve those certifications. So I think achieving the CTA has allowed me to learn more and also has developed the appetite to learn more. And as I said, there are a lot of these enterprise architecture concepts, and you learn them in the CTA. And there are definitely avenues for you to go ahead and then start specializing in some of those areas. One of them, I guess, could be the foundations for AI, which is like a good topic now. Data cloud is coming in, so I think you'll be able to more focus on those topics once you have the background of the CTA. And the other aspect is giving back. Obviously, I've been the beneficiary of so many awesome people, as Khalid mentioned, all these great architects, including himself, who were part of my journey. So now I'm able to give this back to the next generation of CTAs who are coming up. So I think those are the main things, that I was able to achieve once I got my CTA.
Guys, I have shared the picture of the people who are in person. Just wave hands again.
Just want to open the stage for the audience. If you have any questions, so Fahad, Khalid, and Kelvin are the CTAs with years of experience in Salesforce. Anyone has any question? Yes, I'm starting with you.
What differentiates from a developer or an admin to an architect?
So the question is, what differentiates a developer or an admin with the CTA? So anyone can answer that.
I guess I can quickly go first. I think more as an architect, I think you start looking beyond, beyond just what you're looking at. I think you start looking at the bigger picture, the broader picture, maybe a bit more of just the problem in front of you. And you start to develop this strategic mindset. And also in my experience, I felt that as a developer, I was mainly maybe looking just at the technical side of things. But as an architect, I felt that you need the technical and the functional elements. For example, you need to be able to look at the problem from the business lens as well, and also explain this back to different stakeholders, like a technical stakeholder and a business stakeholder. I would say those kind of skills, the soft skills as well as the technical skills, I think you start developing that as you move on the journey from a developer to an architect, at least in my experience.
Thank you, Kelvin. I think the next question is from Awes.
Yeah, so as someone who's just starting out with the journey, would you go on the application architect or system architect to get there?
So the question is, the person who is starting the CTA journey, which path they should choose, either the application architect or the system architect side?
So let me jump in there. So the system architect and application architect, both of them are required for you for the CTA journey. It's not optional, right? It's not that you choose this one or choose that one. But I think the most important thing is that you should start from what you are comfortable with, right? So this journey will expose you to all the areas of Salesforce, and the system architect or this application architect is just phases on the journey. Now, Salesforce doesn't define or doesn't expect you to follow a specific route or a specific path, right? And of course, coming new into the cycle, you will have limited chances to get involved with certain aspects of Salesforce. Like, for example, you'll always be focusing on those areas of work, those technology areas which are required for you in your daily work. So let's say if you're doing something which is really for a large customer, large data volumes will come into play. If you're doing something which is integrations heavy, you will learn a lot of integration. If you're doing something which is really security heavy, then you will be doing a lot of security. So follow your learning journey, work experience journey with your learning journey. Do not
Thank you so much.
start
Khalid.
learning about IDAM when you're actually working on Apex scripts.
Great. I hope that answers your question. Sorry, we are out of time. Thank you so much, Fahad. Thank you, Khalid and Kelvin, for joining this session and share your experiences, hurdles that you have faced. Thank you. We will talk soon again.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you all.
Thank you and good luck, everyone. Thanks a lot for your time. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.